we spot that this is a weakening question. An abnormally coarse layer of sediment was found in a dry lake. It has been mentioned that coarser layers correspond to years when the lake flooded its banks. Therefore, for this coarse layer, high flooding must have been the reason. That's the argument, and on the face of it, it looks fairly convincing, but our job is to weaken the argument. Choice D, by giving an alternate reason for such abnormally coarse layer, ends up weakening the argument. Please notice this answer choice says that events such as landslides can also increase the amount of sediment within the river, and additional sediment is what eventually leads to coarser layers. Therefore, answer choice D, by giving an alternate reason, brings in an element of doubt in the reasoning here and ends up weakening the argument. D is going to be the correct answer choice, that the path of the river changed since the formation of the lake is just additional detail that has no bearing on the argument. Choices C and E, if anything, strengthen and don't weaken the argument. Choice B is a trap. Some students would definitely select it, but there is much wrong with this answer choice. First of all, it talks about only some lakes. Therefore, this answer choice is limited in its scope. Besides, this answer choice talks about prevention of the formation of distinct sediment layers. But in the example here, one layer stands out as abnormally coarse. Therefore, lack of distinct sediment layers is not an issue with the example under discussion. Besides, a nuanced point here is that the conclusion is not about a specific year. The conclusion is simply that the very coarse layer must correspond to a year of high flooding. Now, which this year is not a part of the conclusion. The argument only says that it is a very old year. Therefore, the coarseness not being a reliable indicator of the years in which a lake flooded its banks does not really hurt the conclusion, because irrespectively, this answer choice attributes coarseness to flooding, which is what the conclusion says. Answer choice D, on the other hand, brings in an alternate reason, landslides, and therefore ends up weakening flooding as a reason, thereby weakening the argument. A very interesting question, this one. If you could eliminate choice B through a complete and coherent reasoning, good job.